thrown countless obstacles at me this year, from a school shooting to having no idea what life is going to look like after college. Supportive Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm partnering with Biore Skincare to strip away the stigma of anxiety.
We want you to get it all out. Not only what's in your pores, but most importantly, what's on your mind too.
So that video you saw has since been deleted by influencer Cecily Max Brown amid accusations of tone deafness, capitalist greed, and an attempt to profit off school shootings. With that in mind, let's watch the rest of the video and then we'll have a discussion as to how people should be reacting to it. Take a look.
Anxiety in my life has come in waves. I found myself recently struggling from seeing the effects of gun violence firsthand. I've had to intentionally set aside time for prioritizing my mental health. I will never forget the feeling of terror that I had walking around campus for weeks in a place I considered home, with countless anxiety attacks to crying alone in my room at night. My message to you guys is that it's okay not to have it all together. Life continually changes and your thoughts will too. Do things that make you happy and know everything will work itself out.
Join me and Biore Skincare in speaking up about mental health by screenshotting this digital card and filling it out yourself. Every video posted is a step closer to normalizing conversations about mental health.
So there's this, John. What we have before us is a video with Jaunty Music, influencer having a good time, but also a bad time while the Jaunty Music stays around. And then it says, I wanna share my experiences about mental health, and also Biore does too. So while you're making your complexion nice and you're getting ready with me, please remember that I went through a school shooting. And I have anxiety, but we all need to fix it. So on the one hand, you have someone earnestly seeming to, or communicating a very real tragedy.
Yeah.
You have some juxtapositions that are a little troubling. But let me tell you a little bit about the reaction. We'll see if it's a little overdone or underdone or just right. Most of the feedback was negative, according to .LA, who covered this, with some criticizing Max Brown for making light of a traumatic event, and others accusing her for profiting off a school shooting. Max Brown has since apologized for the deleted video, writing in the post, quote, was meant to spread awareness about the struggle that she has had with anxiety since school shooting, I think it was at Michigan State. For years, this is a takeaway from the article, just to add context. For years, brands have commodified mental health and self-care as a way to convince people that their products can be the solution, which is fine, happens. Maybelline and Rare Beauty have launched mental health campaigns similar to Biore's, which is the one in this video. In other words, if you wanna sell some products during Mental Health Awareness Month, just send an influencer some free products or pay a creator to film a get ready with me while talking about their anxiety while they apply the brand's makeup. So John, guilty or not guilty? Are people overreacting? Should we push back against capitalists trying to get clout for affiliating themselves with socially responsible movements just to sell zit strips? Or do we just take the win because we got a bunch of people going like, yeah, zit strips, but also mental health, share your story.
Yeah, there's probably spots between those, but if I have to choose between them, I guess I'll choose the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think in general we should push back against the commodification of a lot of different stuff, and this is definitely an example of that. But I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm tired, but I can't get that mad about it. First of all, a couple caveats. She did actually go through a mass shooting.
Yes.
They didn't make this up.
From what I saw in the reporting, it was she's in college in Michigan. I can't remember if it's Michigan or Michigan State. There was a shooting and she experienced it.
If they just made a commercial with a character who was talking about zit strips and had gone through a mass shooting, then I would think that that was weird.
Yeah.
This is at least more grounded to an actual person's experience. Should she make money off of the experience she went through? I don't know. People make money off of shooting guns on videos. Why not people who had guns shot them? It's a little bit weird, but it's not distinct. The video was shot like a TikTok video. The music was like in TikTok, and she's doing what outside of the Biore plug, she and other people do on TikTok, including talking about mass shootings and their mental health. The influencers are constantly hawking all sorts of products. This is a little bit more explicit about it, but I find that to be preferable. It's not like the people who are like hiding the fact that what they're doing is an ad and the only reason they're talking about this product is because they were paid to do so. She's clearly being paid to do so. So I think I prefer this. And the stated goal is to normalize these conversations and make a little bit of money. But it probably does help to normalize it a little bit. So I don't mind this example of the overall problem as much as some people seem to.
Right, and similar issues like this that come up are like, I'll take a stance. I'll take a very firm stance and see how it feels and point out how it's wrong. And because I'm the most fair and open-minded person that's not jank, I will adjust accordingly. Take the win, dude. I like giving people incentives to act a certain way. If you get mad at Biore because they're not, at companies for not normalizing mental health, and you get mad at them when they do take steps, and in doing so, whether nefariously, self-servingly or not, they are normalizing conversations about mental health, then they don't have anything to do. And I'd say that they don't know anything and they're not gonna help. And so I think that that's the best way to go. And before it's just, and also I don't like the instinct that people have to be like, I can ruin everything. No offense to Adam Ruins Everything, but that's like, I love the jokes in that show. I like the way it works. But whenever I think of this, I think that so much of the reason people hate leftists or a certain subsection of leftists, it's like you can't win with these, with these people. I'm those people sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I love to seem way smarter than you. It's what drives me. I love saying actually and then saying something very confident whether it's right or not. But I think it's probably best in this situation. And I don't know the answer. This is why it's a fascinating conversation, why I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, look, I think there, like I have to, like I have my own struggles, mental health, blah, 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 all that.
Don't
so
care
I feel
about it, John.
I know,
You're a
which is
man.
why I won't be specific. I'll just cry on the inside.
Push it down.
Just, as you cry, you suck in a little bit and it goes on the inside of your skull. It's internal brain lubrication. I think better when I cry. So I feel like I can talk about this a little bit, but there are definitely people who think way more about mental health struggles than I do. And if they want to be mad about it, then that's up to them. I'm not going to tell them that they can't do that. Why would it matter if I did? But I would say in terms of making an ad out of something, it's all a gradient. And I guess one way that I would rate them, like on how I should be mad about one and maybe not another, is, maybe this is stupid, feel free to disagree. How different is the thing I'm seeing from regular life? So like as an example, there was back during 2020, there was obviously a lot of social justice protests and everything. And you might recall, I think Pepsi did an ad where like there's like police.
Yeah. Kendall Jenner.
Protesters, Kendall Jenner pops a soda and everybody's happy. Well, that's using something super serious, and none of that's real. None of that's anything. But what she just did in that video is very much like what I'm assuming your other videos are like, and what a lot of people who will watch the video, like there's probably a lot of girls in college that either already do or would like to make videos where they rub a cream into their face and then talk about their stress. It's not that big of a leap, so I don't mind it nearly as much.
Yeah, all right. I want to know what everybody thinks. So
we're the
write your
fairest men
thoughts
in America.
The comments. Yeah, and for more skin care tips, talk to me and John on our new show, Moist.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.